Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this week's webinar. I just like when I wake up on Fridays since we started doing these, I'm just like pumped for the day, like just pumped for this webinar every week. It has been an absolute joy and pleasure every week to be able to do this with you. And what's really rewarding is having all the people who show up every week, right? Sarah, that they got the two Sarahs. I got Meg. There's so many people. Dee, who actually couldn't be here today. Dick O'Donnell, the man in green. I mean, we've got people that come like every week, and it's really, really awesome. And really fun to see everybody diving in and really learning about not just like, I mean, AI is cool, right? I love it, or I wouldn't do this. But like the geek out over AI is fun, right? But to actually take what you're learning and use it in your business to grow your business, to improve your business, to make more money, save more time, be more efficient, that's my goal. And I got to tell everybody, I'm not going to necessarily, I'm not going to say names on here, but I had a great conversation with yesterday who was on the vibe coding workshop a few weeks ago and actually built an app. And I got to see it yesterday, and very simply done in Claude. It looked spectacular. It looked clean, brilliant. And I was just over the moon thrilled. Now, is there work that they still need to do on it? Yeah, absolutely. But that's what it's about, is like, here, non-programmer, build something. Here, non-creative, be creative, right? Here, IT specialist, you can become that, right? So it puts you in these positions where you can do so many things that weren't possible yesterday, 3 months ago, 6 months ago, 9 months ago, right? So today I'm gonna share something with you really, really quick, and then we're gonna go into it. I'm just gonna flip through a presentation, just a regular. I mean, I'm sure everybody uses PowerPoint, right? Or has used PowerPoint for the last 20 years. You use it in everything. All right, I'm gonna share something with you right now. If I can figure out which layout to go to. Here we go. So I'm just going to flip through this presentation, and it talks about basically 5 reasons small businesses need AI tools in 2026, or should ditch PowerPoint, I should say, not need AI tools. Let me see if I can go through this here. So I'm just going to go through this a little bit. You see in this, right? Nice layout, clean. Actually, the theme is my theme. So if you don't like the teal or the greens, the good news is, you don't have to use this theme. This is just a theme we use for our presentations, right? But I'm going to keep going through this presentation. And this isn't the presentation I'm going to do today. This is just again, I use these very meta terms, a presentation of a presentation that we created for the presentation. And we're just gonna, here you go, everything's laid out. I'm gonna keep going. Okay, so that was it. So I made this one 9 slides. Okay, I'm just flipping through the 9 slides. All right. Put in the comments, first of all, put on a scale of 1 to 10, how impressive does this look like from a presentation standpoint? Put it in the comments. Drop your number 1 to 10 in the comments. Not worried about it if you don't. Okay, 9. It's good, right? It's clean. Very good. 9. Okay, that's good. Who else? Avanies, thank you. Sarah, great. 8. Good. Bill, 9. Thank you. Keep going. And good. Ted can see my screen. That's great. Nancy, 7. Okay, fair, right? Let me go to a different slide. Maybe you like a different slide better. No, it's good, right? Okay, 8. Good. All right. Then Rob Leonard, 9. Thank you. Wendy, 8. Great. See everybody coming in. Thank you, guys. I'm so glad everybody's here. All right. Now, if you could make this in 60 seconds. And if I told you I made this in 60 seconds, how impressive is this presentation? 1 to 10. How impressive is it? 10. 10. Yeah. Very. 10. Right? So, guys, images, layout, icons, text, everything. I made this in 60 seconds from one line, a one-line prompt. And it wasn't even very good. As a matter of fact, I might even still have it here. Let's see. Let's view pages. Let me see. I believe, I don't remember exactly, and I'm sure there's a way I can go back and see it. The prompt, I think, was create a presentation, 5 reasons why PowerPoint, oh gosh, I can't remember, why you should ditch PowerPoint in favor of Gamma, right? So yeah, 10s. Look at all the 10s. Thank you everybody for tuning in too. I mean, I'm seeing some new people and some names that are in here. So we're going to get some of your comments on screens and questions. But what I want to do is today I want to show you how you can do this for your own business and blow your mind a little bit in the process. Okay. So first of all, we're using a tool called Gamma. And you can, there's a link, as a matter of fact, that RC will put in the chat. I put it in earlier, but this, yeah, there it is. Avenue, she knows it come out of presentation mode. Yeah. Yeah. So this tool, I've been using this tool now for, oh gosh, well, let's see. It was about a year ago. So over a year ago, right? Because I'm going back to my oldest presentation. And what I need to tell you a little bit about what Gamma is first, and then we're going to talk about some comparisons, right? Some people will say, well, PowerPoint has some AI in it now, and then other people will say, you know, Claude, and we're going to go through all that. Gamma has been my favorite because of how versatile it is, right? And so, first of all, it's an AI presentation builder. But not only is it an AI presentation builder, it can also build documents. It can build websites. Now, I'm gonna caution that here. If I go here, you can do a it can do websites, but it's more of like a visual layout, so you can have sites. Okay, so if you want to get like just a visual template mock-up, it could be a website builder. It's not, I wouldn't use it for websites. Today I want to talk about presentations. Heather, thank you for putting the link in. If you guys want to play along today or just try Gamma out, there's a link in there that Heather just posted in the chat. You can go and create your free account. It does not require design skills. The AI will handle layout, colors, fonts, imagery, everything automatically. Let me go back to this layout so I can come up on the screen with you. There we go. There I am. Hi, guys. I'll wave to everybody. I'll be on the screen too. So you can do presentations, you can do documents, you can do web pages, all from the same tool. You can also create your AI images with it. There's several models that we'll talk about. But if I go to AI images, you know, these are the images that it generated for that presentation, right? But you can go back and see all the AI generated images that we've generated for things in the past. Okay. And they have all the different models. You know, they have Nano Banana, right? The one we talked about with Gemini. They have some of them are more premium than others, but they have the old Imagen, which was Google's. They had well, I'll show you some in a little bit. Lots of different models, image creation models. One-click publishing. Any deck that you do becomes a live shareable website with a URL, right? So that gamma that I created for this one, when I go back into it, oops, I'm not sharing. Yeah, there you go. We have the presentation mode. We can also share a link, presenter mode. We can share it we can embed it, your presentation, right onto your website. You can export it out to PDFs, PowerPoints, Google Slides, PNG files, post it directly to LinkedIn, right? So sharing it is a breeze, okay? And it works very similar to like a Google Drive, where you can actually change, if you share it with somebody, if they can edit it or comment on it, right? So if you need some reviews from somebody on your team, you can do that. You can also see the analytics of how many people viewed it, and you can choose some of those analytics and see who it was and what cards they engaged with, how much time was spent on a card, what percentage did they view. So you can also import existing content. So you can just paste a Google document, a PDF, or link to a web page, and Gamma will redesign it. It's a phenomenal tool, and it's extremely versatile. It'll even make social media posts for you. I don't think they have a post scheduling in there yet, but it can make social posts. We're going to show you all that in just a few minutes. So I don't know about you, but I have spent some like embarrassing amounts of time in my life trying to make PowerPoint slides look presentable. I mean, moving text boxes pixel by pixel. In more recent years, like Googling just like what fonts go together. That's why I have a theme. So this teal is kind of part of my JourneyBuilder theme. We do the teal and red with some navy, white, and black in there. But like, is this shade of blue teal, or if I'm colorblind? I mean, Gamma makes it all go away. I describe what I want to say, and AI figures out how to make it look good. So when you're saying you wear, yeah, Sarah, right? Speaking your language, painful. Let's put that one up on the screen for sure. Yeah. If you're wearing, 47 different hats in your business, I mean, the solopreneurs are feeling me right now. Avanice, I just noticed your comment before that was a 15 when I told, on a scale of 1 to 10, when I told you it took 60 seconds. That's amazing. I asked, if anybody just joined us, I asked earlier on a scale of 1 to 10, how impressive is this if I told you it was done in 60 seconds? And Avanice gave me a 15. Thank you. Yeah, so all of the PowerPoint stuff, it's like, I ask this every time I've talked about Gamma to a crowd. Last year, I had a crowd of about 75 people at the Marriott Hotel by the Greensboro Airport, packed in a room. And it was the first time I shared Gamma and talked to business owners about Gamma. And I've since done a presentation on Gamma 2 other times last year. And I have to stop asking the question, like, who here absolutely loves creating a presentation in PowerPoint, like from the blank screen, from start? And inevitably, there's always one person that raises their hand and says, I love it. And I'm like, you are not my people. But anyway, I need help, even if I just need help getting started. The cool thing about this is that, if I don't like this title here, I can edit it. If I don't like this image, I can edit it, change it. If I don't like this layout, I can change it, right? So it's completely, yeah, a shortcut, right? Yes. Ted, can I convert our website into a Gamma presentation? netav.com. Let me remember to do this, and we will try it today. You definitely can. Right, we'll do it. We'll do it today. We'll do it on this call in the next hour. We will take your website and we will turn it into a Gamma presentation. Cool. All right. All right. So you can use the free version of Gamma. And again, they have I think they have a $10 a month plan, possibly still. I don't know if they got rid of that. I have to check. But they have a $20 plan. And it's, again, every week I say the same thing. They have a $20 plan. They have a $20 plan. You add all these up, and that's like, Jay, I've been watching your websites for or your webinars for 12 weeks. And every week it costs me an extra $20 a month. Like, do it monthly, use what you're going to use, pay for it while you need it. I mean, why not? If you need to make a presentation, why not get an account, the $20 account to Gamma, make your presentation during that month, download it or export it out, right? Make sure it looks good in PDF or PowerPoint or whatever else you want, and then pause or cancel your account. Like, what's $20 to build that knockout presentation that you need to do that could generate you thousands or tens of thousands of dollars? Think about it, making a presentation proposal for your sales proposals, right? So the pro plan at $20 a month pays for itself the first time you use it to close a deal. I promise you. The other thing that I found is that it has all those image models. We're going to show you all those different image models built in, and most of them don't, they're included in your Gamma plan. Now, Gamma's wised up to that. When originally it was like any image model, even if it costs money, was included. They've done away with that. Some of the newer generation models now cost credits, and you get credits when you're using this. So it's great. By the way, guys, we have almost like the max, not max, but this is one of our highest attended webinars so far. So Ted, I'm going to star your comment to come back to you on that. As a matter of fact, though, why don't we? Yeah, I'm gonna come back to it. I want to do. Everybody, remind me not to forget Ted's presentation for his website. So we'll do that today. All right. So now, here's what I want to do. I'm going to demo how. I don't want to just tell you I did it in a minute. I'm going to show you. Now it's going to take us a little more than 60 seconds to do this one. And Meg, I might do that for you. Okay, I might make one for Abolition NC because I love your organization and I'm going to support your organization. So maybe we'll work on one, or at least get you started. All right. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go back to Gamma. Now I'm going to be explaining it, so it's going to take a little longer than a minute. But just think, if you knew how to do it. Oh, look, they want me to upgrade to annual billing. I don't really do annual billing. Not with AI tools. I'm talking about Gamma today. 6 months from now, something might come along that destroys Gamma, and Notebook LM is making waves. And we're going to talk about some differences between different platforms, but I don't upgrade and save, even though I'd save 28%. I'm on the regular monthly plan. All right, we're going to create new. Okay, and we're going to generate with AI. Now you can paste in text if you have notes or an outline or something else. You can do that. If you have a template of a structure or layout, like maybe you have like a PDF layout or some type of layout that you want to use, you can use that as a template, or you can import your PowerPoints or websites like we talked about with Ted, and we can import that URL and have it build a presentation off of that. All right. I'm just going to generate from a one-line prompt in a few seconds. Okay, so I'm going to choose this. Now, here's the thing I was telling you about. Presentations, web pages, documents, so you can do like that proposal or that document, social media, and then graphics. You can create graphics now. They cost, there's credits involved, but there's credits with anything you use. But you can use different models. I have not explored this graphic model yet to create graphics. It's going to be a lot like using Gemini or another image creator model. By the way, 2 weeks from now, we're doing an entire workshop on the new version of Nano Banana, Nano Banana 2, which is Google Gemini's image creator. That's 2 weeks from now. Next week, we're going to talk about quick little segue. Next week's webinar, which we will have the link up by the end of this one, is going to be on a tool that I found called Hera, which if you guys have seen, if you come in earlier, I'll come right back to where we are. Let me show you. At the beginning of every webinar that I do, I have this playing on loop, right? So if you'll see up in the upper right corner, it says Hera, there's a watermark. I do pay for it. But I just took my JourneyBuilder logo and it animated the logo, put the webinar starting soon with the little progress bar, and it made it into a 4-second video. All I did was tell it I needed a webinar intro using my logo, and it created this. And I use it every week now. So anyway, I digress. Next week, we're going to talk about how to use Hera to do that. And I'll have a special link for you. All right, back to bring myself back in here. All right, so we're going to do a presentation. And for the prompt, I am going to say, oh, by the way, you can choose how many cards. I think on the free plan, you can do up to 12 max, but you can do up to 60 on the paid plan. If you needed a 60, first of all, if you're making a 60 slide presentation, I mean, I hope you're getting paid a lot of money for it, and I hope you're keynoting wherever that is, right? Normally, you do not need a 60 slide presentation unless you're doing some serious walkthrough. But anyway, we're gonna do something in, we'll do 12 cards. Now you can choose if you want classic mode, which is what I usually use. There is now such a thing called studio mode. I have not played with studio mode, but it's a lot like the way Notebook LM does it now, where it'll actually embed everything as like a single image with embedded text, and then you can just tell the AI, I want to change this to this or change that to that. I don't think it's as flexible, right? Classic is still the mode I would go with. You can also choose whether you want it to be traditional 16:9, which fits most of our laptop sizes, little more tall. I use default, which is fluid. Fluid is really cool because you can make it a really big slide or just not have a lot, or you can put a bigger image and it will adjust your slide based on what you're put onto that slide. So I like that. And of course, language. So we're going to do presentation. I am going to describe, I want to do this. I'm going to paste it in. I want to create a presentation for a local restaurant explaining why they should use JourneyBuilder for their marketing automation and online reputation management. Now, fair, I never pitch my software tools on here, but you know, I give you this webinar for free. If anybody's wondering what JourneyBuilder is, book a time with me to talk. It is an all-in-one platform that can replace probably 40 subscriptions, up to 40 subscriptions that you guys are probably already paying for with other tools like Calendly and a Reputation and WordPress and your website and your CRM and everything. So I'm just going to do this. It knows a little bit about JourneyBuilder. So I'm going to, well, I think it should know about JourneyBuilder. I don't know if it's trained anywhere in JourneyBuilder, so I might need to, let's just say it's a Go High Level white label system. Okay, so Go High Level, if anybody's familiar with Go High Level, JourneyBuilder is Go High Level. Go High Level is just a very vanilla, plain CRM with a lot of tools that all need to be developed. And JourneyBuilder is how we rebrand it, and we develop on top of that platform under our own brand name to give you guys an actual custom solution for your business. Anyway, we're going to generate an outline. That's the first step. It's going this fast, by the way. It's creating my outline that fast. All right. So now I might want to look. Okay, unlock growth with JourneyBuilder, standing out in a crowded market. Sounds good. Introducing JourneyBuilder, your all-in-one solution. White label, Go High Level system. I probably wouldn't say that in my slides, but that's okay. And I can edit that here. And maybe just say built on Go High Level, right? Anyway, not going to do that now. Crafting unforgettable customer journeys, visual representation. Okay, so it's telling an image there, mastering your online reputation, saving time, driving revenue. Okay, good, right? I'm not going to spend time on that. Then you get to customize. How much text do you want on a card? Do we want like just minimal because your speaker notes are that good that you know, a lot of people, you know, you say, well, if you put all your text on there and then you just read the text, it makes for a boring presentation. Everybody's reading, right? Some people like minimal. Some people want a ton of text on their slides. I am a concise person. I like concise or minimal. here's my JourneyBuilder theme. So it uses that teal color, but let's say I want to use Snowball today. All right, we'll use Snowball for it. There's a lot of themes that are built in, and you can customize your own theme. For the images that it's going to create, you can use stock photos, web images, your own images, illustrations, animated GIFs, which are always fun. I'm going to use AI images. And the model, this is where it gets interesting. The models, there's Flux, there's Nano Banana, there's Ideogram, Quen, I don't even know what Quen is, Leonardo Phoenix, Recraft, which is a new one that I want to play with. I think this is more of an illustrating tool. GPT images, yeah, because there's Recraft vectors. So these are like illustrations, production grade vector illustrations. Anyway, you can get really into this. I still like using Ideogram version 3, which is included in my plan. So I can create unlimited with Ideogram 3. I wouldn't pick Nano Banana here because it's going to cost me 70 credits. I have a Google Gemini Ultra plan. So if there was an image I didn't like and I'm like, let me see what Nano Banana could do with it, I would go into Gemini, create the image, and then just import it into the slide presentation. Does that make sense? I hope it does. So I'm just going to go to Ideogram. Then you can choose some extra keywords and some styles. I might say we'll use a minimalist, right? And then there's an advanced mode, which you can also say, who is this for? And I could say restaurant owners. And the tone, I'm going to make it very conversational. And I think everything else is pretty good there. And then watch this. It's creating my slides in real time, very, very quickly. And I'll go back up once it's done because it's putting in the images as it goes. The images take a little bit longer to generate, but I can see on the left-hand side that they're already generating. Amazing, right? I misspelled builder. Oh, thanks, Sarah. Cool. By the way, there's a resource, a download on just kind of the notes for this workshop, a little cheat sheet PDF, the resource that we do every week. RC posted that in the comments just a few minutes ago. And it may have corrected me with JourneyBuilder in action. So anyway, while I've been talking, it is finishing this entire presentation. Yeah, it did. It picked it up and corrected it. See, AI, Sarah, AI. Yeah, Ted, I share that sentiment. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. All right. So I think this is the last slide. Okay. So I'm going to go back to the top. All right. Very futuristic restaurant. This looks like maybe it could be in Japan. But we could, you know, create a different image, or I can come up and I hit the notes button. I mean, hit the notes button. If you click on the image, you have some editors. You can upload your own image, search the web for an image, make sure you're allowed to use it. There's actually a button that says, like, you know, the use rights, or you could just regenerate with AI. You can also focus on a specific point of the image. Like if I say, I want to focus on this woman, the back of her head, it'll likely shift it where we won't see these people at this table over here, right? And well, I guess it kind of moved it over. Let's see, did it? Yeah, so I can move it. Yeah, it's still going to see the same image, but you can see how it's sliding behind. All right, and I could change the image. All right, so drowning in data, generic marketing, reputation at risk, no time left. Yeah, might change that image. And again, but the cool thing is, like, I now have working prototype that took about a minute to build, and any specific part of this can be edited, right? The dashboard looks good too, because we have dashboards that look like this in JourneyBuilder. Save time, drive revenue, engaged at every touch point. Okay, so I didn't really love this one because I'm seeing that it's spelling words wrong. So this one I might go to Nano Banana and change it, right? Or just do it, just regenerate it, or pick that model. So a newer tool is Edit with Agent. So this is actually pretty neat here. You can actually just click on it and it'll say, how would you like to edit this card? Right? And you could say, make it more visual, add an image, improve it, change the writing, and it'll fix the card. But if I want to change this image, I come in here, I go to edit image, it's going to open up over here on the right. And I can say, let's do a GIF. And let's say I want a restaurant with happy customers, or restaurant happy customer. Oh, there we go. There we go. Perfect. So let's say we want to use this guy here, and then we could change that focal point. Actually, I don't think you can on the, yeah, you can. There you go. Move it up above his head so he stays in frame, right? And he's happy customer, right? So that's just one thing you can do. You can change the text. You can change anything, right? Just that fast. And then share it, present it, open agent, and you've got your presentation. So I explained through it and it took a few minutes, but do you just get how fast that is, and not having to start from scratch? And I gave it one sentence. I gave it one line, right? Oh, changing a picture, Sarah? Sure. Let's change this one that's on my screen here. So when you click on it, you have a edit image option here, right? And if you click on edit image, it opens up on the right-hand side, and you can choose if you want an image or just a color. But you could do, if you go to AI images, which it's on, you could scroll down and you can change the prompt for that image. Okay. Your aspect ratio, it'll tell you how much credits. You can choose how many you want it to generate. Actually, Ideogram 3 is now charging 20 credits per image. I didn't realize that was happening, because it'll say if I generate this, it'll cost 60 credits, which is okay. But you can say, hey, only generate one. And let's say we want to use Nano Banana 2, right? And let's say I want this medium modern bustling restaurant. And let's just say we want exterior with a sign above the door that says Sarah's Pancake House. You now own a pancake house, by the way, Sarah. Or at least you will in a second, and it'll be online. And we're going to generate it. I'll use 50 credits for that. Let's see how Nano Banana 2 does on this one. Now, again, the API is not always that great, but usually it's really good. If I went right into Nano Banana 2, I would have no doubt that it would be a fantastic image. Again, weak prompt because I'm just doing it really quick. But let's give it a second to generate that image. Come on. Hey, Gamma, do you know that I'm live right now? You have to go a little faster for me today. All right, while we're waiting. Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh. Sarah's Pancake House, breakfast and brunch. It's busy, it's bustling, right? I'm going to change the focal point. We want it, the focal point to be here. How amazing is that? That's how fast you change an image. And that's an AI generated image done real time. Opens tomorrow AM, right? How great is that? I would be there. I would be there for sure. Yeah, I want to go too, right, Nancy? I want to go to Sarah's Pancake House. That place looks awesome, right? So that's how you do it, right? And if you hate the image, you just change the image, but at least it's got your layout done. I just think that's really, really cool. All right. Now, I didn't choose a font. I didn't choose color, didn't pick a color palette. I mean, you know, Gamma just did it all. All right. Try doing it and coming out that good in PowerPoint. Good luck. And I know that Microsoft is putting a lot of AI into their tools now. So, you know, there's that. But all right, let's do one more segment. I want to talk about some differences and some use cases, because you can use other tools to create presentations now, right? But I want to go through kind of what the pros and cons are of them. I believe I put it in the document resource download, but real quick, I want to do a website demo, and I want to go back to TED's, right? So let me see if I can get, all right, I'm gonna go to a new one. We're going to generate, I'm sorry. Import from URL. I think that's just going to make a presentation. Yeah, that's what we want. Import from URL. That's right. Okay, so we're going to do www.net-av.com. We're going to import. All right, so it's got NetAV homepage, and we're going to do a presentation from it. So we're just going to click continue. I have no idea what this is going to come out like. This was done on the fly here. Ted says system froze. Please send the presentation and invoice to him. Yeah, I'd be happy to. All right. So here we go. So it's we're going to do concise, and then we'll keep the snowball theme there. We'll use ideogram, AI images. Okay. And it looks like there's a bunch of content. It's just from that one page. Let's just see what it does. And let's do 8 cards. We'll generate. Now, I'm not sure, you can check me on this, but I think look at it, it's already going. I think there's a way that you can put in multiple URLs to pull from. Here's a suggestion that I would do. If instead of just putting in the URL, I would maybe put your URL into something like Claude or Notebook LM, right? Probably even Notebook LM. Have it generate everything it can, and then take all that information and feed that into Gamma to build a true, thorough presentation on your website, about your website or about your company, right? So, but here we go. NetAV Modern Conference Solutions, innovative audiovisual and IT solutions for businesses, educational institutes, government agencies. Welcome to NetAV. Here you might want to put your logo, or change it to a photo of your team. Maybe look at the text about, well, that's 20 years of experience, certified professionals. Okay, connecting people and ideas, pretty good. Design, build, collaborate, maintain. Got different icons you can use or change here. Unified communications and collaborations. So the collaboration UC&C technology vital to modern enterprise. What our clients say, it pulls some testimonials from your website, right? Puts them in here. Trusted by leading organizations. It pulled those 3 organizations from there. So you could actually add more logos if you wanted to do that. And if you're ready, contact us. So like 30 seconds, I put in a URL. I gave it no other information. And you've got, and it actually only gave us 7 slides, but a 7-slide basic overview of the business that you could share with somebody. Right? So pretty cool. Pretty cool. The other thing you can do is, oh, and by the way, it's mobile responsive. I think if I go to present mode, and I scroll, yeah, it'll adapt. It'll change with your presentation, with the device that you're on. Let me go back to exit here. All right. The other thing that I think is just really cool, and this is kind of what gets me fired up about this, like we've already talked about Notebook LM and all the different ways that Notebook LM can create content for you, like the podcast overview, and building out a company cortex. By the way, if you guys are interested in building company brain for your business, I have a course that can teach you how to do it yourself. And the course is still on sale at $47 as part of our kickoff. So if you guys want that, put it in the comments and I'll put the QR code up on the screen. You can buy it. But we've talked about that. But with Gamma, a business owner can now have a professional 1-page sales sheet. I didn't even go into how to just do like a document. You can build a document, a workshop landing page, a client proposal, a lead magnet page, all built within 60 seconds using AI, and published to the internet with a real URL. Because this, you can actually, when you publish it, it gives you a Gamma URL, right? So no web designer, no Canva marathon, no waiting a week for someone to build you the landing page. You do it right now in this window and it's live, right? So I'll put the course link in, Craig. Absolutely. Let me get that for you. I'll put it up on the screen. So it just went up above at the top left corner here. If you can see that QR code that has the little StreamYard duck in it, if you scan that QR code, it'll take you to the landing page. You can learn more about the course and how to use Notebook LM to build a company cortex, which is basically the brains of your entire business. And it's perfect for onboarding, training, things like that. It's the first course I ever sold, actual course that I've sold, like a self-paced online course. And just went up for sale a couple weeks ago. But I'm talking about Notebook LM there. And then now with Gamma and Notebook LM, you have so much content on your company that you can create with just these two tools alone. Easy for me to say. It's absolutely incredible. And then you can drop, if you're using JourneyBuilder or Calendly, I'll say it real quiet, Calendly or something else. But like, I gotta say, if you're using JourneyBuilder, like for your calendar, we have built a full calendaring system. You could drop your Book Me link into your presentation and it's clickable, right? You can embed this on your website, and then put your chatbot widget on top of it. If you have an AI chatbot or just a chatbot, you need one. JourneyBuilder can do that too. I'm telling you guys, 40 subscriptions it'll replace up to. But you get Gamma's gorgeous AI design and plus, whatever you use in Notebook or whatever you use in JourneyBuilder or the CRM. It's the best of all worlds here. Really, really, really cool. All right. I'm not going to do an import today, but you can definitely import presentations or documents or PDFs to build content with. There's a lot more it can do, but you can use import. You can import text and images without changing the content. You can have AI do it and rewrite it based on whatever you want. You can change your templates. They got a ton that you can get started with, though. Like a ton of templates are in the, I'm just keep going and going and going, right? So there's tons of templates you can choose from, and then you can actually edit that one and save it as your own theme. Here's some themes that I have, and you can do custom fonts, right? And then settings, put in your, you can put in your workspace if you have workspace. And then You can follow Gamma. So those are all the main settings. All right. Here's the thing though, like most business owners have a bunch of content already written, right? You already have this stuff, but usually it's sitting in a Google Doc, a Word file, old PDF, and just take that stuff and load it in here. I've already told you need to load it into Notebook LM, just not the PDFs. You have to scrub those first and working on that. But you just, with a lot of these things, just put your stuff in there and then just have it generated, right? Like it's that easy. Don't make it more complicated than it is, right? Make it complicated enough that it'll keep you coming to Friday workshops though, because I still want to see you guys every Friday, or at least know that you're here. But don't make it complicated. You just go out and do it. I can't wait to see your presentations. If you're in the Facebook group, we're going to put the link to the Facebook group in the comments right now. If you have not joined our AI for Small Business Facebook group, please join. We'll let you right in. It's free. It is a private group, which is cool because I didn't want just anybody. I don't need a group of 50,000 members that are going to spam the group and have to moderate and do it. It's a private group, but if you request, we will let you in. That link just went in the chat. And when you do a presentation this weekend or today or Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday, post it, share it in the group, put the link, let everybody know what your business is about by the presentation that you just built. Right? I'm okay with self-promotion in our group as long as it's related to what we're talking about. So if you want to make this, like if we wanted to have Ted, I'll send you this presentation. If you want to share it in the Facebook group and let everybody learn a little bit about your company by the presentation you built, I'm totally okay with that. Now, if you show up on Wednesday and you write a 3-paragraph pitch on why everybody in our group needs to buy something from you, I'm going to flag it. I apologize. But hey, if you make a really cool presentation using Gamma that I just talked about on Friday, fair game, bring it on, right? I want to see it. I want to see that you guys are using this. All right. We're kind of coming to the end. I want to talk about some use cases. I want to talk about some differences between the other tools. And then I also want to have time for questions. And I'm going to grab, and let's see. Let's see. Meg, random, because I have 2 presentations this week. Can we add a video like a trip? Absolutely. Yes. Sorry. Let me go back in to the presentation. Right. So when you come into a slide, let me just go down to a new slide, which you can do down here. You can add a blank card, add with AI, or add from a template. I'm just going to add a blank card. And what you can do on the right-hand side, you have the ability to put in basic text blocks, images. There's different things called smart layouts, which smart layouts are actually pretty cool because you could do like a, outlines or different columns, right? You can do smart diagrams. So if you needed to make a diagram based on some numbers you put in, it's got a whole bunch of smart diagrams to use. That always blows my mind because I love Venn diagrams. They're like my favorite. Charts and graphs. You could do charts and graphs inside your slides, right? So if you want to do a heat map chart or bar chart, whatever you wanted, and then videos and media. So you can combine into a carousel. If you took a bunch of images, it'll create the carousel. You could embed from Facebook YouTube, or an embed that maybe you have on your computer. You can also pull straight from YouTube or Vimeo or Wistia. If you did a screen share Loom recording, you can just pull that in. You can even embed videos from TikTok. And I guess you can even now embed podcasts, songs, or playlists directly from Spotify. Did not know that was there. That was news to me, learning something myself. Then there's also web pages. You can embed your entire web page into your presentation. Instagram, you can embed Gamma into another Gamma. That's pretty wild, right? Google Drive. So if you have sheets or docs or slides that you want to show, just embed them right in. Office 365 for the Windows people here. I still use Microsoft Office. Rarely, but I do. Figma, Instagram. Okay, so you get it. And then forms and buttons. You can put in your forms, embed your forms directly so they're interactive in your presentation. That's really cool. Like if you have a Google form, You can put in a button. They do have a Calendly link. Why no JourneyBuilder? I don't know, but you could just use a button from JourneyBuilder and have it take you to the form, or you can even embed your form right from JourneyBuilder. But if you wanted to have somebody book an appointment with you, you could make that your button and say, book me, because we all know that JourneyBuilder is way better than Calendly. And if you're using Calendly, we can import your Calendly into JourneyBuilder. So we should talk. All right. Yeah, I pitched too hard on JourneyBuilder today. I apologize. I tell you guys every week I'm not pitching, but thanks for coming for my free webinar. So I got to have some time to talk about what I do to make money. Edwin, thank you, man. That's awesome. Yeah, really cool. Thank you. Fine. I really appreciate it. It's great. Meg says, hot dog, hot diggity dog. Anybody with kids that watch Mickey Mouse Clubhouse and know the hot diggity dog song? Did I just bring up bad memories for half of you? Just me? Okay. All right. So I want to take just a quick minute to talk about some alternatives, right? I know, Gamma's incredible. And I think in the document that we shared with you today, there's a section in there, I believe, maybe not. Maybe I didn't put it in this one. I thought I did. I'm scrolling through it. No. Okay. So there's a couple other places now you can create presentations. You can create presentations in Notebook LM, but until recently, using Notebook LM for presentations is small price, Jay. Thank you on my pitches. I appreciate it. Notebook LM creates presentations now. So if you're using Notebook LM, it's only going to create presentations based on your sources. So again, everything you would upload into Gamma, you could upload into there, and it will create you a slide deck. Until recently, you didn't have a way to edit that slide deck, right? It wasn't like you could just go in and highlight the schedule a demo and say schedule a call, right? Like I did here, right? But Notebook LM now, you can actually click on a slide and ask AI to redo it or edit it, similar to what Gamma is doing with the agent, or Studio, where you could it'll embed the slide, it'll create a slide as an image, and then you can regenerate the image. Not the best way to do it. You want really that text by text control without having to tell AI, do this, do that. Because by the time I could tell AI, change schedule a demo to schedule a call, I could just as soon click in it and change it, right? So it's good, but it's probably not the best way to do like a really big, if you're doing the presentation to make you $1 million this year, I would use Gamma, right? Not Notebook LM. But Notebook LM is great for like a quick little presentation. It's fine. Prezi, Avani says she's getting addicted to Prezi. Haven't really used Prezi much. I've seen it, but hey, and Sarah, thanks for showing up. Yeah, it's a lot harder to edit presentations in LM. That's true. Yeah, Prezi's another one that's big on the scene. I'm sticking with Gamma here, but Prezi it's their biggest rival to Gamma. And then Claude can create presentations. And their PowerPoint, they export to PowerPoint. You can use Claude. The difference with Claude is that Claudes are not as visually appealing. You don't have all the style changes and everything. It's just doing it by code. It's creating everything by code, right? So Claude, you can definitely do it in there. I think ChatGPT can do it now too. Gemini, they can all create a presentation. So there are other tools that you can use, but I mean, what I love about Gamma is Gamma said, I'm going to do this thing and I'm going to do it really, really well. Like their focus is they are very focused, right? They're not trying to do a little bit of this and a little bit of that and be this to this person and be that to that person. They are like, we are going to make you visual presentations, wherever that presentation is going to show. And I meant to say earlier, when you go into settings, you can enable site publishing, and that'll give you that domain. So you don't even need web hosting or any of that. So it turns your Gamma into a live website. I know we talked about it, but you can enable it as site publishing and put in, metapixels and stuff like that. So I wanted to digress because I almost forgot to talk about that, where you can share it live on the web and then just send people a link and they can get your presentation or your website or landing page that you build in here, right? So they do it really, really well. Okay. All right. So here I'm going to run through some quick use cases. If you guys have questions, please put them in the comments. I love seeing all the comments that we got today. I hope you guys got that course link on that QR code. I've left it up for a while now. I'll leave it up a little while longer. If you guys do want to check out our course, it's going to go to 197 after, well, I don't want to put scarcity on it, but after April 26th, when I come home from a presentation that I'm doing. I'm keeping it on sale till then. So I should say, oh, you got to get it by midnight tonight, but that's not my style. So, but April 26th, it goes to 197 because I'll have enough testimonials and case studies. The course is definitely worth a lot more than that. All right. Client proposals that close. So your proposal is a wall of text in a Word document that prospects don't read. Build a beautiful designed proposal in Gamma that prospects can actually engage with and track whether or not they opened it. You have tracking available in your, I showed you that at the beginning, right? So instead of a PDF attachment for your proposals, you can do them right in Gamma, right? And also track how long they spent on each slide, right? That tracking for a tool like this is, I mean, incredible. I want to give you guys some more ideas of how you can use this. Yes, Avanice did make a great comment, and you know how much I love Claude. Claude is my favorite chat AI. Claude is boring when it comes to visuals, but the content is super strong. Gamma is the boss. Thank you, Avanice. That was really good. Really good point. Thank you. Sales and services decks. We talked about it. You need to explain what you do in a compelling way. So create a what we do slide deck that you can send as a link, present on Zoom, or even embed it right into your website. All right. So now you can use different Gammas to make up your website. Right. That's pretty cool way to do it. Like a 6 to 8 slide deck that explains your process, differentiators, pricing, results. Build it once, use it forever. Here's a good one. Social media carousels. I didn't really talk about this, but you could build the carousel in Gamma as your slides, export them as images. When I showed you the export feature, you can export as PNGs, right? So now you can export your slides as PNGs, and you can do it as a carousel or a story, or it was a story or reel, story on Instagram or LinkedIn, right? You can do a different carousel post, right? And you don't need Canva, right? And actually, as a matter of fact, I didn't go into this, but I think when I go to new, oops, not new slide. I want to go to Gamma. Here we go. When I go to create new and I go to generate, I can do social and I can do portrait mode or stories mode, 9:16, right? So you can do social, and we could do 5 cards, and I want top 5. Actually, I'll do 6 cards. This was not included in my presentation notes today, but I'm just going to go on the fly. Top 5 reasons to choose Gamma over PowerPoint. Okay, it says I spelled it wrong, but I think they don't like PowerPoint that way. Yeah, they like it that way. Okay, generate outline. We're going to do not a lot of text. We're going to do minimal text. Good outline. Okay, and use my theme. I'm going to use Nano Banana 2 for this, even though it costs me the credits. I'm on a paid plan. We're going to do 6 cards total. So there's a like a first card, Gamma versus PowerPoint, why choose AI, and then 5 reasons why. I'm going to click generate. You're seeing how fast I'm doing this. I'm doing this literally real time right now for you guys. It's generating the images. As well. Okay. Share this with someone still using PowerPoint. It's got my stuff. It's generating the images. But then what I would do is I would export each slide as its own image, and then I can upload it as either carousel or upload it as stories into Instagram, right? So here's, well, you'll see. I'll let it load while we move, but I mean that's as simple as it is, right? Obviously, workshop and event presentations, let Gamma design it. Employee and client onboarding. Now, I would tell you that employee and client onboarding should be done in Notebook LM. Just give them access to the notebook and let them learn everything they need right in Notebook LM. But inside Notebook LM, you can load maybe a clean, structured onboarding guide that you did in Gamma so that you can share that with them while you give them their audio overview of their first week or day. And you have like one polished onboarding deck. Good for clients too, client onboarding. And then lead magnets and opt-in resources. Maybe you have a valuable free resource, but or you want to offer a valuable resource, but you don't have time to design one. You could design it in Claude and then use Gamma as the visual for it, or you can have Gamma create the beautiful Gamma document and share it as a PDF, right? So there's your downloadable PDF, right? And then, of course, pitching to a partner, investor, big client, you should use it there. So here's some pro tips. Be specific in your prompts. The more detail you give it, the better. You've seen me. I've used I make this look so easy. I used very easy prompts that anybody can do. I'm not coming in here trying to be prompt engineer. And Meg, yeah, if you're making it more complicated, just be simple. Keep it simple. I've used these tools for years, right? This one for over a year, and you saw how many presentations I built with it. But put as much in. So instead of saying, make a presentation about my business, make a 7-slide presentation for a family-owned plumbing company targeting homeowners in the Denver metro area who need reliable, affordable emergency plumbing service. Way better, right? And use the AI edit feature all the time. You can highlight any text and ask AI. You could say, make it more persuasive, add a bullet for pricing. Don't go in there and try to click and drag everything pixel by pixel. If you're going to do that, you were using PowerPoint already, right? So use the AI agent feature. Like on the agent here, I can open agent here and you can just talk to it, right? Change the image. What slide is this? Let's go to change the image on slide 1. Can't type that fast. The image on slide 1 to the Gamma homepage. Let's see what it'll do there if I do that. I don't know if it'll use the Gamma homepage or not, but it might. Let's see what it says. Searching for images on the web, found web images, Gamma. Oh, perfect. Right, so I'm going to say, perfect. So it found that real quick, and it gave me several, but I'm going to say, it says, which one do you want to use? 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. I'm going to say 1, enter, and this image should change here just a second to that one that I just pulled up on my screen. There it is. That easy. That easy. Yeah, back to card. All right. And Cool. Can I ask it to adjust the existing images rather than changing to new ones? Yeah, of course. Yeah, you can say edit the image, right? Yeah, for sure you can. All right, and Avanice, thank you. Yes, Avanice is super smart when it comes to this stuff as well. We've had some great conversations. We actually knew a mutual person on the island of St. Kitts, which is just mind-boggling. Somebody who I was not married, related to through marriage for a while. Very, very small world. But we've had some great conversations. Avanice is really good with this stuff. She's using AI every day. All right. If you don't love the design, you can always try swapping the theme. Before you share, always check your published link. Okay. And export when needed. Needed as a PDF, it exports cleanly. Needed as a PowerPoint format, oh, I'm so sorry. But yes, also available. You're not locked in. Okay. I would, if you're going to use this for client-facing work, I would like to suggest that you just get the $20 plan. Even if you're only going to keep it for a month or when you need it and you want to cancel and start back up. Yep. Rob, thank you. Thanks for showing up. I'm almost done here. If you guys have any other questions, I'll try to do some more with this. Don't ignore the analytics. If you're sending proposals and not checking the view data, you're missing a massive sales signal. Don't make it too long. I already said 60 slides in a presentation. Oh, please, no. Please, unless you're doing like a detailed walkthrough how-to tutorial. No, the best Gamma presentations are 6 to 10 slides. So just because it can do it doesn't mean you have to. Always use a call to action in your presentations. What is that clear next step? Book a call, try it today, contact us, right? Drive it. Can you show an upload of one of our own photos? Yeah, of course. So check this out. This is even cooler. Sarah just had this question. Here, watch this. If I say this image, I don't like this image, I'm going to edit this image. Here's a neat thing that it can do. If you want, you can upload your own image, right? There's image uploader URL here, right? So you can upload your own image, your own photos. I found this to be really wild. If I go to web image search and I go to JVix, there's a whole bunch of images of me on the web, most from my social media. So I could say, I'm an AI branding partner. So I could say, I want to use this image, right? The one thing you're going to want to be careful of is if you can use them commercially or if they're just free to use. So I could do free to use commercially. Mine probably isn't, but I'm not going to sue myself for using my own image. But I bet you it'll go off if I do free to use commercially. There's nothing of me free to use commercially. So you can't put me in your slide deck. And if I see it, I can tell you you're not allowed to use that. But if you're looking for yourself, or Andy Audate, who is not me, but he is a friend of mine, I could use Andy there. Somehow I'm tagged in a photo of Andy. Might have been on my website. But yeah, so you can use your own images. Do we put these videos in JourneyBuilder? Like these webinars, Alan? I think if that's what you're asking, we are working on. We don't have them in JourneyBuilder. That's a good idea though, but we are working on getting them all up on jtheaiguy.com. And they're always up on YouTube. They stay up on YouTube. And we send replays. So, but yeah, we are looking at some different ways to house these, but they're all on YouTube. You can go to our YouTube channel. If you search on YouTube, JVI Mobile, I think that's all you need to search on YouTube. Yeah. Actually, yeah. At JVI Mobile. And you can go to, there's a live button, or maybe it's just your videos. There's a playlist of all these workshops. So lots of things there. Okay. Couple other quick things. Let's see. Brand colors and fonts on the Plus and Pro plans. That's where you create your own themes. Your brand kit, you can upload it. Gamma will apply it on every presentation you create. On the free plan, you're working with Gamma's default themes. So I meant to say that if you're on the free plan, you're not creating your own brand. But there's so many free ones that I don't think you're going to have trouble finding something that looks nice. How does this compare to Canva? All right. Canva's great, guys. Canva is amazing for graphic design. We actually use Vista Create. We were using it when it used to be called Crello, and then Vistaprint bought them. So we actually use Vista Create, which is just like Canva for some graphic design, social posts, flyers, logos, print. Gamma is really purposefully built. Like I said, they do this thing and they do it well. Gamma is built for structured content like presentations, proposals, and documents. Right? So they're very different tools with some overlap. So if you're doing a lot of presentations, Gamma is going to be faster and smarter than using Canva. If you're making social graphics, though, Canva is still kind of, well, I don't call them the king because, like I said, I use Vista Create, but Canva is awesome, right? It's what most people use. We collaborate in Gamma. There's a team mode, so you can collaborate with your team. You can share access with people. You can share your Gammas for comments. Like I said, it's very Google Drive-like feel. If you're going to edit, I would use desktop or laptop. The editor is designed for bigger screens, so I wouldn't try to edit these on your phone. But you can view them all. They'll be mobile responsive. And yes, you can embed your Gamma presentation right into your website. So you can have your entire pitch deck on your website URL, right? So this way you're not giving people this random link that isn't part of your website. All right. Any last questions? I'm looking back through it. Cool. I'm going to let you guys go and have a great weekend. I want you guys to go play with Gamma. I want to see what you create. I want to see it in the Facebook group. I want to see anything you're doing, anything that we're talking about and teaching. I want you guys to post it in that Facebook group, please. Sarah Lackey, thank you. Post it in there, and share it, like, so we can see it. I know, like I said, I saw a vibe coded project yesterday from somebody who comes to the webinars, and I thought it was fantastic. We are looking at ways to, I know, I just want to close out with this today, because I've had lots of people booking 15-minute coaching calls with me. And by the way, we can put the link in there. If you want to book a 15-minute coaching call to solve one problem really, really quick, or at least get you pointed in the right direction, we're going to put the link in there right now. And there it is. It's whoops, I just clicked on it. All right. So we just put, it's a really long link, but if you guys want to click on that link and book a free 15-minute coaching call, I promise it will be pure value. I will do as much as I can to solve your problem. All right. But we've had so many people say, Jay, I want to work with you, but I don't know how or best, but I want to keep learning from you because I learn in the webinars, I learn this, but it doesn't go far enough. And I really want more guidance and help, but I don't know that I can afford hiring you as an agency for my business. Okay. And that is something I've heard over and over again. I am working on something. I'm not ready to say quite yet what that is, but just think of it in terms of possibly like a coaching or cohort program. I'm not a business coach. I'm not a, I'm not a bookkeeper or accountant. It would strictly be like AI implementation in your business and something where we'd have more access and more time spent together outside of the Friday workshops. I know, Meg, you said a few weeks ago, you wish you could just follow me around and learn from me all day. It wouldn't be an all day following me around thing, but there would be more opportunities to jump into an interactive Google Meet or Zoom type of setting, likely Google Meet, and a small cohort group of people working together, and nonprofit deals. Sure. Yeah, we could do that, Meg. So I am working on something, and in about 15 minutes, I'm meeting with a trusted advisor of me and my company, a mentor of mine, and I'm going to be talking to him just about that, specifically, because I mean, if it's probably come up 15 to 20 times since we started these webinars. I can only go so deep in an hour and a half on a topic. Next week, do we have a link, RC, for next week's webinar? I want to post that before I end this call. Next week, we're going to talk about animation, making animated graphics, animating your logo, animating text for your videos, animating text for your Gamma presentation. It'll animate and create like charts that move and visually are visually pleasing. So real, like anything you can animate. We're going to talk about a really fun tool, and that link should be coming any second here, I hope. But yeah, so I'm going to be talking about some new ways that we can work together on a very affordable level, and really just to dive deeper into using AI in your business. And hoping RC is not having trouble. Tell me in the chat if you're having trouble, my friend. He might still be working on it. Well, I can tell you what the link will be, but I don't want anybody clicking on it yet because it might still take them to today's call. But I can tell you, or it won't be set up yet. If you've noticed, all the links are pretty much the same. They're jtheaiguy.com/watch- and then the date. But we don't set the next one up until until this one goes live. So I'll stall for another minute or two. Any other questions coming in? Let's see. Oh, you just booked a call, Meg? That's awesome. Why are you scared? Don't be scared. Don't be scared. I will help you. If we want you to build a presentation for Abolition NC, did I say that right? I'm sorry if I just butchered that. I will, we'll do it. We'd probably do it in the 15-minute call, or we can go over yours. You can do it. But I can do one with you. So yeah, so I've definitely want to help everybody the best I can. And I offer these for free, and I will continue to. Next week is on Hera, the AI imaging. Then we're going to do Nano Banana 2, which is how I always love to refer to Gemini's image editor. We're going to go back in a few weeks. I don't know if it's the week after that or not. We're going to go back to another workshop on Notebook LM because they've released some massive updates, like the ability to edit slides with talking to AI, the ability to edit your and create and give more detail to infographics. Since I did the first workshop on Notebook LM, this next one, I mean, Google has updated so much. I don't know why the link isn't ready yet. Let me just check that link before we close out today. Hang on, everybody. Let's see. Nope, it's not up yet. All right, guys, I'll tell you what we're going to do. I will, we will send, when we send the recap out for this week's webinar, I will make sure that there's a link in that to book for next week. RC may be having some technical issues right now and can't get it up, and that's okay. We will send it out to you. We'll also post it on Facebook, post it in the group. We make several posts each week about the upcoming workshops. So you should get that soon. And I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. And thank you all again so much for supporting me in these webinars. I hope everybody goes out and gets a Gamma account and, like I said, shares it. And we will talk next Friday, and we will animate things together, and it'll be a lot of fun. All right, guys, have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you in the Facebook group. Take care.